Well, hi there. I am here to share with you one of your Christmas card class or holiday card class cards. So this one, we're going to start with a piece of 3 3/4 by 5 Whisper White, and I think anywhere over here should be fine because this is going to cover the whole thing. Okay, so what we want to do, let me just make sure we're all in screen here. We're going to take our Real Red ink up the Candy Canes background stamp set. Okay, so we're just going to tap all around, make sure we get ink everywhere. Okay, so I use the Stamparatus for a couple of reasons. First of all, it makes using a background stamp so much easier. And secondly, if for some reason something doesn't transfer well, the ink doesn't transfer well, we can go back and do it again because it will go in the exact same spot. Okay, so I learned this trick from Lisa Curcio. And if you use a whiteboard eraser and push, it slides along the plastic a lot easier than a possibly sweaty hand will. So you can just rub all around and really get some good pressure, which should give you a really nice print. If you're feeling like, oh, I can get a little more ink out of that, you can go back and do a little bit more. I thought it looked pretty good, but I'm just going to give it one last little something. Now I did put a little bit of adhesive on the paper, so it's a little tacky. I like to use the word de-stickify. I'm not even sure it's a real word, but it is for me. And so I just tapped it a few times to get it a little bit less sticky, so that I could hold this there, but then get it off when I wanted to. Okay. All right. So, oops, forgot two things. You can choose to use circle punches or the layering circles dies. Whatever you have is a good thing to use. So what you're going to do is cut. Let me show you on the finished one because I didn't bring the punches over here, which was silly. So I used a 1 1/2 inch punch to punch a spot out of the candy canes. Then I used a 1 3/4 punch. Those are both retired, but I keep all my old punches, so it doesn't matter. And then out of another space out of the shaded spruce, I cut this other circle of 1 3/4 inches. Layered them together. Used a little LuvINK&Stella to color in those candy canes, give them a little sparkle. Okay, and then layered those two together. Then I added dimensionals here. Okay, so you're gonna punch a circle, keep the circles, but when you layer these two together, the circles don't show. Okay, and then you put the layered piece over the hole that's here. Okay, all right, so the next thing is to use the piece of white scrap that I included and use your shaded spruce. I'm using the Wishing You a Merry Christmas from the Frosted Gingerbread set. Okay, you can use whatever Christmas greeting you have around. And I'm gonna just punch that out using the label. I think this is the Label Me Lovely. There's a Label Me Lovely and a Label Me Pretty. I can't remember which one this is, but any punch that fits the greeting that you've chosen will work just fine. And I need a little handle because I'm having trouble. So we're just gonna put this right here. So if you ever get a scrap piece that you're trying to use up and you can't quite hang on to it in the punch, just add a sticky note to it. And then you can just kind of, oh, might have to go this way. Yep. Those curvy bits are not making me very happy. Okay. So, there we go. Then we'll use a sponge dauber and our shaded spruce ink. Guess I should have left that open, huh? Make sure I don't have any fuzzies on there that are going to give me stray marks. And then just add however much green shaded spruce ink you want. Now, if you tilt in, you will get a wider amount of ink. And if you keep it straight up and down, you'll get a much narrower. So you get to choose, of course. Okay. And then because I chose to have the candy canes popped up, I chose to lay this flat, adhere this flat. You, of course, may do whichever you choose. If you want the grading up on dimensionals as well, go for it. I'm going to just use my seal and stick this down here. Okay. All right, so you would have used roughly a 1.5 inch circle to punch out of here, roughly a 1 3/4 inch circle here, put them together, and then use the 2 layered circles up on dimensionals to cover the hole that's there. Okay? All right. Hope you have fun with that one.